Anyone fortunate enough to journey into space invariably describes the experience as witnessing an unparalleled, majestic view of our home planet. Seeing Earth spinning in the vastness of space from afar, appearing so peaceful and serene, has undoubtedly left an indelible impression on all astronauts. This perspective, often cited as a profound shift in worldview, fostering a sense of global unity and shared responsibility for environmental stewardship, is frequently documented in astronaut autobiographies and post-mission interviews. However, not all accounts of astronauts' experiences paint such a peaceful picture. Some astronauts have reported inexplicable, sometimes even frightening events that occurred during their space flights, events often dismissed as hallucinations or sensory overload by skeptics. These accounts, though individually controversial, collectively contribute to a body of anecdotal evidence that has piqued the interest of researchers into unexplained phenomena in space. Unexplained objects. On May 5, 1981, cosmonaut Vladimir Kovalyonok completed his work on the Salyut space station. Peering from the spacecraft's porthole during his subsequent return flight, he witnessed an extraordinary event. 10 years later, during a press conference, he described an object defying known laws of physics, elliptical in shape, rapidly rotating. This object, he stated, vanished in a golden explosion, followed by a second detonation resulting in two golden, shimmering spheres. Finally, a white, smoky formation appeared before disappearing as his craft entered Earth's twilight zone. The incident, along with numerous other accounts of unusual sightings in the Earth's orbital space, remains a topic of debate within the scientific community, with some suggesting the possibility of natural phenomena, while others believe the accounts to warrant further investigation. Curious music. In May 1969, preparations for the first manned moon landing were underway. 2 months before Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin's historic steps, the Apollo 10 crew orbited the moon at a distance of approximately 15 kilometers, conducting a rehearsal for the planned lunar landing. While photographing the lunar landscape, the astronauts heard mysterious sounds through their headphones, sounds that seemed to form a melody. This lasted over an hour. While NASA attributed the sounds to radio interference, the astronauts involved, experienced with various forms of technical interference, stated they had never encountered anything similar. This event, along with the documented instances of unexplained radio signals picked up during missions, continues to fuel speculation about the mysteries of space. UFOs during the moon landing. In 1975, Morris K. Jessup, a former NASA communications systems manager, published the controversial book The Case for the UFOs. Jessup's work, which touches on ancient astronaut theories, suggests that Earth was populated millennia ago by extraterrestrial beings who actively interacted with humans. This hypothesis, though largely unsupported by mainstream science, points towards the interpretation of various historical events as being influenced by extraterrestrial visitors. One passage focuses on the moments preceding the 1969 moon landing, claiming that 2 UFOs flew over the lunar surface as Neil Armstrong descended the lunar module's ladder. Allegedly, Buzz Aldrin captured these unidentified flying objects in photographs. NASA's official explanation for the 2-minute radio silence that followed Armstrong's landing cites a malfunctioning camera. However, the incident continues to fuel debate regarding potential extraterrestrial encounters. Eerie knocking. In 2003, Yang Liwei became China's first astronaut. During his mission aboard Shenzhou 5, on the quiet night of October 16th, he heard inexplicable sounds, akin to someone tapping on the spacecraft's hull with a hammer. Considering the vacuum of space, this was initially dismissed as a sensory illusion. However, similar knocking sounds reported by other Chinese astronauts on subsequent missions make this a particularly puzzling phenomenon that underscores the challenges of interpreting sensory data in the extreme conditions of spaceflight. Galactic Serpent. Franklin Story Musgrave participated in 6 spaceflights, spending approximately 54 days in space between 1983 and 1996. In 1994, he recounted a remarkable sighting of serpentine objects, estimated to be around 7 meters long. His conviction that the universe teems with diverse life forms, including civilizations far more advanced than humanity's, highlights the broader implications of such encounters and the potential for life beyond Earth. This reflects a viewpoint shared by several prominent scientists and thinkers who advocate for continued exploration to discover any evidence of such life. Mysterious lights. An astronaut once stated that it would be the height of arrogance to assume that humanity is alone in the universe. This sentiment is echoed in a 2005 incident involving an astronaut aboard the International Space Station at approximately 370 kilometers above Earth. While repairing antennas, the astronaut witnessed symmetrical luminous objects and linear light formations that sped past before disappearing. While some believe these were unexplained galactic formations, others argue for terrestrial origins, demonstrating the challenges of interpreting such sightings without more conclusive evidence. Strange shapes. The classic image of a UFO is a flying saucer. However, two astronauts, Dwight and James, reported observing a metallic object with appendage-like structures over Hawaii that defied this common image. Such diversity in reported shapes and forms further complicates efforts to categorize and understand these accounts. Musgrave's observation. Cosmonaut Musa Manarov spent 541 days in space. In 1991, while approaching the Mir space station, he photographed an elongated structure, initially dismissed by official explanations as space debris. Manarov, however, maintained that this object was something more unusual. The fact that different astronauts have reported similar but different types of sightings demonstrates the variety of forms that unexplainable phenomenon may take in space. Gordon Cooper's sightings. Gordon Cooper, one of the 7 original Mercury astronauts, undertook his first spaceflight on May 15, 1963, during the Mercury-Atlas 9 mission. In 1951, he encountered a massive grouping of UFOs during a routine flight. During his Mercury mission in 1963, he observed a flickering green object approaching at incredible speed. Tracking stations in Western Australia confirmed the sighting on radar. These accounts showcase the variety of sightings encountered by astronauts and the need for consistent and credible recording and analysis of data. Unexplained object on the moon's surface. Alan Bean, the 4th person to walk on the moon, placed an isotope battery on the lunar surface to power experiments. Around 7 hours and 45 minutes later, upon returning to the lunar module Intrepid, he noticed a shimmering object on the lunar surface that resembled Earth-based leather. The nature of this object remains a mystery to this day.